Hey there gamers, DreamcastGuy here, and I just watched the Ghost of Yotei state of play they just did. This thing was about 20 minutes long, and it was insane. Before it actually began, it was funny because the live chat was kind of being like, this game's gonna suck, another PlayStation L, here comes Concord, but as soon as the combat and stuff began, it was wall-to-wall insane. This was so good because I hate a lot of these presentations we get now where it's like 80% developers just talking about the game. It was all 20 minutes of raw dog gameplay, and I have to freak out. I took a bunch of notes. I want to freak out about this with you guys. If you could please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, I want to begin with the fact that Ghost of Yotei, they said a couple catchphrases during this presentation that sounded so incredibly freaking cool. But I want to start with the fact that there are 6 Yotei that our goal is to try to kill. We're playing as this lady named Atsu. As a kid, these evil samurai guys killed your entire family and you had to go into hiding. So now you come back 15 years later and you're here to completely slaughter them now that you're a master samurai. But what's cool about this is that they're making it incredibly clear. It's not going to play quite the way that Ghost of Tsushima did, but sort of in a positive sense. I love Ghost of Tsushima. It's actually maybe my favorite PlayStation 4 game ever. I mean, I legitimately put so many hours into it. I ended up platinuming it on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, but let's talk about this. Let me turn off the AC. It gets so hot in here, the AC auto kicked on. But this time around, what we're doing is that when you played Ghost of Tsushima, you kind of played it as the ghost or the samurai. That was kind of the idea, right? Is that you'd play more ninja or more samurai. This time around, you are just a mercenary. They said straight up, you can use any dirty trick. The motto of the game is that there's 6 targets to kill and thousands of swords to block your path, which means you can shoot people with early very strange looking black powder rifles. You can use bows. There's tons of different weapons. They showed here specifically, they showed extended combat of the katana, the spear, the Odachi, which is like a bigger, thicker blade, or even just dual wielding swords. Everything looks brutal as hell. More blood, more mud. As much as I love Ghost of Tsushima, one of the only problems I ever had with it is that it felt like it was trying to be almost too much like a movie. A lot of samurai films, especially those classic samurai films, were very bloodless. That was just kind of the style of the time. Is you hit somebody and they go, and they fall over, right? Whereas now, with the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Pro, you can show the carnage and craziness of it, right? I think everything they showed so far looks extremely good and extremely brutal. I'm glad the fact that they just showed her taking over camps and wandering around. They said the ideal way to play is to just literally look around and do it. Now, they didn't say whether this is going to be a non-linear story or not. Personally, I'm hoping there is a set list of objectives. And the reason why is that I got a lot of Assassin's Creed Shadows vibes from this. Just in the sense that Assassin's Creed Shadows sort of had a similar thing. There's a young ninja girl and a big samurai dude, and their families are killed, or he is taken from his homeland and her family is killed, and now they have to kill a bunch of different bad, evil guys, right? But in that hunt for Templars, it's non-linear. You can do it in any order you want, meaning that the story in Assassin's Creed Shadows was really bad because there wasn't this sense of flow. It really did just kind of be like event, event, event. There was no build-up. There was no payoff. I am hoping that this has a clear beginning, middle, and end, the same way that Ghost of Tsushima did. I do think that part of the reason Ghost of Tsushima was so incredibly good was that impact of dealing with your uncle, with dealing with your honor, with dealing with these invaders and stuff. Do I poison villages? Do I kill everybody? I thought that struggle was so expertly played out. I'm hoping this follows a similar vein, especially because they're really leaning into the idea that this is a blood pact. You are here to kill everybody. Now, I do want to quickly mention something they showed that I thought looked really strange. It's called the Wolf Pack, which is that instead of just having a menu that says, hey, here's your next quest, hey, here's your next objective, instead, you've got all these drawings of people, and they said that this is how you're going to be able to tell what your next upgrade or next meal or next side quest you can do is. I don't really understand it. Maybe it makes more sense when you actually see it in action, but to me, it just doesn't look as good. Maybe it's just that I play so many different games that when something tries to be too creative and outside the box, it seems a bit strange to me. I thought the menu system, the journal system in Ghost of Tsushima was already so perfect that changing it for Yotei, not quite my cup of tea, but let's talk more about that combat. Holy God, it looks so savage. I like the fact that when it comes to her, she's not always going to be alone. It did show a couple fights where you had people with you. At one point, apparently you can get a wolf companion that will actually do the duels and stuff with you. It seems like this game is taking a lot of the original ideas in Tsushima and kind of blowing them up. Like there was that whole series of side quests, the Seven Ronin, where there's basically all these different really, really good samurai around the land, and by killing them, you get extra skills and abilities, right? That was cool. I like that. A lot of people love the wandering samurai kind of lore stuff. But here, it looks like there is more buildup, and it's part of a bounty system instead, where instead of just saying, hey, wander the countryside, it's saying, hey, here are these warlords. Here's different people that killing them gives you big payouts and good rewards. I think it seems to make a bit of a cleaner presentation and more of a story to those random fights that were fun, but kind of disconnected from the rest of the land of Tsushima at the time. Honestly, I like classic revenge quests a lot. Consider me a basic bitch, but I think it's just so cool, the idea of, hey, I'm coming back, you killed my family, I've been training my mind and body for decades, I'm going to be this master assassin. I know, maybe this is cliche, but man, this game, all the trailer, gave me a lot of vibes of Blue Eye Samurai, which I love. Lots of cool scenes of walking into a bar and having to kill a bunch of people to get out. I think this looks fantastic. They did announce the Akira Kurosawa mode is coming back. I'm currently binging a bunch of Akira Kurosawa stuff. This guy is literally one of the most famous, maybe the most famous Japanese filmmakers of all time, but I digress. They're bringing back his cool stylized camera angles, but they're also adding in new stuff, including a Samurai Champloo mode. I am going to lose my mind. If you've never watched it, Samurai Champloo is one of the best animes of all time. The whole idea is taking like modern like beatboxing and stuff and putting it into a classic feudal Japan setting. It mixes different themes of like graffiti and modern music and stuff to that classic thing. When you're playing Samurai Champloo mode, when you're outside of combat and you're exploring and you're just wandering around, it plays that like lo-fi chill vibe that it did so well. I'm going to play this entire game on Champloo mode, and I'm going to love every second. That's official, by the way. They said it's the actual guy who made that music. The actual director is back and working on this. This was amazing. I truly cannot compliment it enough. This was exactly what we needed to see. Why did they keep this hidden so long? I feel like my only anchor is the fact that so often PlayStation just sits there silently. If you have bangers like this, why didn't you announce it? Why didn't you at least post some gameplay clips? The fact you had a 20-minute presentation in the can, this looked incredible. The stream in 20 minutes got 15,000 likes. If that doesn't show the amount of anticipation for the next big PlayStation game, I don't know what does. They've announced they're doing like a limited edition controller and a console. I'm going to try and actually get that controller because already my hype is at an 11 out of 10. How do you feel about this? Did you get a chance to watch it? Man, I thought that looked perfect. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And are you getting Ghost of Yotei, or does it not seem like your cup of tea? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and please keep dreaming. Oh my God, that was so good. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.